I want to talk about the right motivation. That when Jesus is first, we will walk with the right motivation. Amen. We'll do things out of the right reasons, out of the right motivation. And I want to say this, that I believe that money is not necessarily the right motivation. I don't think money should be our motivation for our work. Now, obviously, we need money, to pay the bills and to buy food. And so it's obvious we do need money, and often we work and to get money, and we need money. But money is not our primary motivation for our career path. Amen. For why we do what we do. I believe we need to have a much bigger vision than that, because money is very temporary. Money is very immediate. But I believe that God has called us to something greater than just swapping our time for money. Amen? He's given each one of us a calling in Him. And it's not just to work a job and get paid, but it's to live for a bigger reason, something bigger than yourself, something bigger than just your family. It's heaven, it's eternity, it's other people being touched, other lives being changed. Amen? Amen. And I felt to say this today about motivation. Instead of focusing on money in your workplace, focus on how you can make your workplace, the business that you work for, focus on how you can make that the most successful business, to make that a successful business. You understand what I'm saying? I think money is a small vision. But a big vision is, God, how can I make the workplace where I work, how can I make it successful? How can I make my boss successful? Because I'm telling you, what I'm talking about now is God opening doors for you. God putting favor in your life. God giving you influence. God giving you success. God giving you promotion in your workplace. And I believe one of those things is, if your motivation isn't money, but your motivation is to make your boss successful. Your motivation is to make the company, the restaurant that you work in, to make that successful. God, how can I make this place the most successful place that I can make it? Because if I was a boss, I would be looking for employees like that. And I'd be looking to open doors for employees like that. And when I see an employee, they're just working for money. And I've finished my shift, I'm clocking off. Oh, but we've still got all these other things to do. No, I'm clocking off, I'm done, I'm going home. I tell you, if I was a boss, I'd be like, that's not a very good employee. But when someone in their heart, there's just something in their heart that says, I love Jesus, and I represent Jesus, and I'm not living for money, I'm living for something bigger, and God has put me in this place to be a blessing to this place. God has put me in, wherever my feet shall tread, He's going to bless me. And right now, as I'm working in this restaurant or this hotel or this call center or wherever God has placed me for the moment, you say, God, God, I want to be used by you to make this place successful. I tell you, when your boss sees you doing that, he's going to want to open doors for you. He's going to want to promote you. He's going to want to bless you. He's going to want to give you a pay rise. Amen? That's the kind of employees that I'm looking for. When you have a heart to see your workplace or your boss becoming successful, it'll cause you to go above and beyond. You won't just do the minimum required amount. You'll go above and beyond, and you'll begin to take ownership for for your business, and you'll begin to look at different things that could be done better or things that aren't being done, and you'll begin to start solving those problems, and you're beginning to take care of those things, and your boss will be thinking, why is that person doing that? That's not even their job description. Wow, that's a good worker. I like that worker. What is it about them? What's different about that person? And it's going to open opportunities and doors for you to even preach the gospel into their life. Amen? When God called me to Hong Kong 10 years ago, He called my wife and I to Hong Kong to help my dad. My dad had just planted a church, a City Church International in Hong Kong. And God said to me, Ryan, Kylie, go over to Hong Kong and support your dad and help him build a city church. And then I'll tell you the rest, what to do when you get there. And so that's all God said. That's your calling right now. Go to City Church and invest your life into City Church and invest your life into your dad. And God gave my wife that picture about David. Remember when the mighty men came to David and they came to King David to make him successful. They didn't go there for themselves, but they actually felt something of the call of God on their lives to go and promote David and to get behind David and to see David become successful. And as David became successful, they received promotion, they became more successful, they became more blessed, and they got to rule in the kingdom together. And God said to me, Ryan, I want you to put your father's ministry before your ministry. He said, if you have the opportunity to promote your ministry or your dad's ministry, promote your dad's ministry. He said, put your dad first. Bless your dad. Promote him. Bless his ministry. Support his ministry. And so I said, yes, God, I'll do that. And so, and so that I did that for years and years. And in doing that, it was a great blessing to my father. And it helped him and in his ministry. And it was like, lifting up his arms, helping to lift up his arms. But as I was doing that, God started opening doors for me. I was just, no one had heard about me, hadn't done much. I don't think a lot has changed, but God just started opening doors for me. I just feel like when you're faithful with another man's vision and another man's dream, God tells you to lift up their vision, to lift up their dream. I just believe as you're faithful with that, God begins to open doors for you. Amen. And now God has connected us with lots of people around the world and just opened different doors of ministry and publications and all that for us, which is just a wonderful blessing. And He's got so much more. And I get the privilege of partnering with my father in ministry. We sometimes fly around the world doing conferences together, working with churches. And it's just an absolute blessing. But it came from me not putting myself first. It came from putting Him first and putting others first. And so what I'm saying is your motivation in your workplace shouldn't just be money. I think money is just such a small thing. It's important, but it shouldn't be our motivation. Part of our motivation should be, how can I make this company the most successful company for the glory of God? Even if my boss is not saved, even if he's Muslim, even if he's not a believer, how can I make him successful? How can I make this business successful? And I just believe as you do that, God's favor is going to come upon you. Promotion's going to come. Doors are going to open. It's going to be a blessing to your workplace. Amen? How's that sound? That sounds okay?